Now then, are we live? Excellent. So, welcome to the channel. I know what you're thinking, another YouTube channel about cars, but what makes this one different is I've got this. It's a Volkswagen Polo, 1992. It's a coupe rather than a bread van. They did in two sort of variants, and it's a Genesis model, which means it comes with all sorts of lovely stuff like a rev counter, you know, luxury. It comes with some spanking tartan seats, stuff like that, and it's finished in steel blue, which is quite a nice colour. And this is a 59 plate A3, which is what I used to drive to work and back. It's pretty boring. So the channel is going to be about all sorts of cars really. It could be sort of how-tos. First how-to we're going to do is that windscreen wiper. Don't know if you've noticed that yet. That is definitely not how that's meant to be. So we'll do a bit on that, we'll fix that. We're going to do kind of modifications, changing parts, stuff like that, restorations possibly. Obviously that's an old car, quite into old cars, so yeah, there'll be some sort of restoration work. Might be some kind of road trips and stuff like that. Yeah, bit of everything really. So, plans of this car so far, we're going to do things like wheels. The wheels that are on it now, obviously I'm not a huge fan of the colour. There's also a big curb mark in one of them where somebody's had a slight accident. So we're going to get some more sort of period wheels, maybe some BBSs or something like that. Probably in like an original colour. Also need new tyres, because the tyres on this are shot, so we'll get some new tyres for it. Maybe a few little performance things, induction kit. It's got some sort of sketchy aftermarket induction pipework thing on it at the moment. We'll have a look at that and we'll go through that. Maybe like things like a camshaft. Both the doors are pretty knackered, so we might look into some replacement doors or getting these doors repaired. And then little things like bumper and obviously the windscreen wiper, which isn't doing a right lot. Plans for this one, not a right lot really. I'll sort of take it as it comes. Maybe a new grille. It could do with a couple of new doors. I've already done a few little bits to it already. There's a bit of interior stuff that was sort of ripped. When I bought it, the wiring loom in the door was all snapped, so quite a common problem on A3s. But basically the indicator didn't work, the speaker didn't work, the central locking didn't work. So yeah, it was a bit of a bag in that car, but obviously it had some stuff to be fixed. Already put a new wing on it as well. When I got it, the wing was really rusty. I'll probably take a photo of that and show you at some point, but yeah, replacement wing. So things like that might be some stuff to do with maybe handling, you know, maybe a different grille, stuff like that, but we'll take it how it comes, see what people think. So a bit of history about the cars. Effectively, this one I haven't had very long. In fact, this one I haven't had very long either, but it was actually my first car. So when I was 18, passed my test. First car I wanted, some sort of old VW. This is what I found. Bought it off some old sort of Leeds way. It's been fairly local all its life. Yeah, bought it. It was my first car. Probably put about 20,000 miles on it ish. Had a lot of fun with it. Sold it to a guy up sort of Harrogate way, and then came up for sale 6 years later. So I went round to the guy's house. It was one of those things where sort of no matter what, I was going to take this car home. So, you know, I still had the spare wheel for it in the garage. So, no matter what, I was having this car effectively. So, got it sort of maybe this time last year. Haven't really done a lot. A couple of bits like the wiring loom in the engine, sort of taped all that up, made it look a little bit neater. Give it a good clean. When I got it, it was in a bit of a sorry state. But yeah, a few bits and bats done, but we'll move into and probably do a bit of an in-depth look at the Polo in the next video. So in case any of you are wondering sort of the prices of these cars, we'll do a future video on sort of prices they are to live with, what it costs to run them, sort of common problems and stuff like that, but for now we'll just do figures on what I actually bought them for. So the Polo, 650 quid, absolute bargain. Don't know if you can get a better car for that sort of money. In my opinion, definitely not. Absolutely love this car. The Audi, again, like I said, it did have a few bits and bats wrong with it, so got that for £2,300. Yeah. Woo! Right then, while we're here, fix this. So, I'll show you what happens first. This is what's gone wrong with it. So, one of the things that I did when I first got the car was repaint these. They were pretty rusty, so I've repainted them, obviously not tightened them up very well. So, I'll show you what they do. Whoa! Woohoo! Yeah, obviously not ideal. So we're gonna take this off, tighten it up. So we'll crack on with fixing this. You need to make sure it's sort of in the right position. Obviously at the minute this one just moves on its own, so we'll make sure it's sort of lined up. Lift this up, if I can get it up. There we go. There's a little bolt underneath it. So it's basically on like a spline. I'm guessing it's just come off the spline and obviously it's not acting the way it should. So it's a 13mm bolt, literally on like that. Make sure that's the right way. That should be us done. So that should be that tightened up now. We'll give it a little test. So if we give it a little one of them. Oof. Absolutely lovely. Right, so that brings us to the end of the video. Obviously there'll be loads of stuff to come. We'll start stuff pretty shortly. We'll give you a bit of a rundown, both cars, sort of what's good, what's bad, might do, you know, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, what they like to live with. But yeah, for now that's the end. If you liked it, give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, let's get it started. Cheers.